Today, our topic of discussion is class and object in C++. So, before discussing class and object, I will tell you one point. So, whenever we are learning any programming language, we have to understand what do you mean by data types. Generally, we have two specific kind of data types. One is primitive data type and another one is known as user defined data type. So primitive data type means the data type which are already defined, means predefined data type, just like int, float, character. And user defined data type means the syntax of the data type will be defined by the programmer. Means say we have structure, union. These two categories are very popular and considered as user-defined data type. But first, we'll explain the concept of one of the user-defined data type, which is known as structure. Now, for defining structure, we have to use one keyword struct, and then we have to put any name as per our choice. So here my point is, for defining structure, we have to write the keyword struct and then we have to provide any name of the structure. This name is also known as tag name of a structure. Then within curly braces, we have to mention some of the primitive data types. Means I can write integer variable, I can write float variable also. So here the point is structure is a particular data type in which I am writing primitive data type. So this primitive data type can be altered further. So this is known as structure definition. And syntactically any structure ends with semicolon. And whenever we want to access a particular structure, then immediately after defining the structure, you have to define structure variable. Now, how to define structure variable? The rule number one is the structure variable must be defined inside main function. And then for defining structure variable, you have to write the structure keyword and the tag name, that is struct s, and then you have to write the variable name, say v. Now, what is the meaning of this structure variable? Here my point is, whenever I write any integer variable, a is the variable name and int is the data type. And we also know that int is the primitive data type. So please compare this syntax with this syntax. Here v is the variable name. And what is the data type of v? Here the data type of v is struct s. So struct s altogether denotes the data type, and this data type is known as structure data type, and which is a user defined data type. So this is the basic difference. So whenever we write any primitive data type, since this data type is predefined, so for that purpose, the body of the data type we don't have to define. We will straight away write the data type and then the variable name. However, since structure is a user defined data type, so for defining structure, first you have to define the body of the structure outside main, and then you have to define the particular variable of type structure. Now we have to understand how to access this variable. Why I have defined this variable, this is important. B- I have defined this variable so that I can access this internal primitive data types. Means I have created this variable v so that I can access individual members of this structure body. So how could I access? Since V represents the entire structure, because V is of type struct_s, so V represent the entire structure. So if I write V dot A, it means V is representing the first member of the structure. And then if I want to take any value inside this v dot a, so I can put some value. So what will happen? This 10 will be assigned to this a via v. And now if I want to print this value, I will just write printf. Since I am printing integer value, %d v dot a. Now, if I want to access this variable, float b belongs to the structure body. So I have to access this float b with the help of this structure variable. So I will write v dot b is equal to, since b is a floating point variable, so I will assign some floating point value to it. And then how could I print it? So I have to write %f and then you have to write v dot b. So here you have to remember one point. Whenever we are dealing with user defined data type, then it is mandatory to define one variable of this user defined data type. And along with that, whenever you want to access some members of this data type, then you have to use this syntax, variable name dot member name. So the syntax is, for accessing members inside a structure, you have to write variable name dot member name, and then you have to assign some value. So depending on the type of the member, you will assign the respective value. But here the point is, why I am discussing structure? Because we are concerned about class in C++. So we have to identify how this concept of structure, that is user defined data type, is related with a class. So now I will try to relate the concept of structure, which is a user defined data type, with a class. Now first I am writing the syntax of a class in C++. So what is the syntax of a class? I have to write one keyword class. It is a keyword. And then I have to give some class name, say A. And then within curly braces, I have to write some data members of any type I can write. So now if you compare these two, for defining structure, I will use struct keyword. Then I have provided one tag name. Within curly braces, I can write any primitive data type. And also both the syntax ends with semicolon. So here, can I say that if structure is a user-defined data type, class is also a user-defined data type because they are following the same syntax? The only difference is here the keyword is struct and here the keyword is class. So the first point of discussion is, what is the definition of a class in C++? Class is a user defined data type in C++ or in any object-oriented programming. And since class is an user-defined data type, so inside a class I can define any kind of primitive data types such as int, float inside a class. So this is the first point. But there is one more point. Whenever I am defining structure, the rule is after defining the structure, inside main you have to create the structure variable. Structure variable means you have to write the keyword, then the tag name and then any variable name. Why we need this variable? Because later on, using this variable, I am going to access this members. So similarly, we have to create the variable of a class, because class and structure both are user defined data type. So how could you define the variable of a class? It is very simple. Again, I will use the same logic. What is that logic? I will write one main function, and within that main function, we have created the data type as struct. Now here the point is just little bit modification. Here to create class variable, what we have to write? We have to write the class name. So we have to write the class name, then space, then any variable name that you can give. So here we have to write keyword and tag name and then the variable name. But here we have to just write the class name. That is, I'm using the tag name only, and then we have to write the variable name. This is how we can create class variable. And now the point is, whenever we are creating the class variable, so that I can access the members inside a class. So I will write the variable name dot the member name, and then I will assign some value. So both will use the same syntax. Here the point is, whenever I am going to define any variable of a class, it is known as object of a class. However, whenever we create any variable of a structure, it is just a structure variable. But here this variable has a name which is known as object. So now, what is the definition of a class and what is the definition of an object? The answer is, the class is a user defined data type. First point. Inside a class, we can write any kind of means integer, float, and any number of members or member variables. And the third point is, after creation of a class, inside the main function, we will define one class variable. We will write the class name and then we will write the class variable name. And this class variable name is known as object. So object is an instance of a class, or we can say that object is a variable of a class. So this is the basic definition, and we are using dot operator to access any member inside the class using object. So the second important point about object is, using the object we can access the class members. A is the class member and I am accessing class member with the help of an object. So this is the basic definition. Now, I will tell you one difference between structure and a class. So while defining structure, inside the structure we can only define some primitive members or primitive data types. But inside a structure, I cannot define any function. So functions are not allowed inside a structure. However, whenever I define any class in C++, I can write primitive data type. At the same time, inside the class, I can also write any function. So functions are also allowed in class in C++. So what is function or what is method, I will explain it later on, but try to understand. So this is the basic difference. So whenever you want to write any function inside a structure, it is not allowed. However, any function you can write inside a particular class. So this is the basic difference between class and structure. So what I mean to say is that inside a class, you can define member variables. Also, you can define member functions. Member functions means this one. So basically, I can say that the second definition of a class is an user-defined data type that may contain member variables and member functions together as one unit. So this is the complete definition of a class. See here, whenever I am defining the structure tag name, here I am using lowercase, means small letter. But whenever I am writing class name, here I am using uppercase, that is in caps. But this is a convention. So you can also write class name in small letter, in lowercase also. So there is no hard and fast rule. But you cannot write structure name in uppercase. It is not allowed. There is one point to identify, that whenever I am defining a class, it is defined outside main, because afterwards I am defining main function, and within that main function I am creating object of this class. And for the structure also, here I am defining structure and I am giving structure tag name, and later on within main I am just creating variable of that structure. And for structure you have to use the struct keyword also along with the tag name. So here my question is, whenever I am defining any class or structure, each time I am defining it outside main. So you have to identify what is the reason behind it. So can I define structure inside main? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Now I will tell you why. Because whenever you are defining something outside main, it means it is known as global declaration. So what is the meaning of global declaration is, once you are defining something outside mains, it is globally accessible by all other components of the programming. Means whichever class I am defining here can also be accessible by any other class which belongs to the outside main, which is also possible. If you want to create any syntax, that you need that this syntax must be accessible by all other members of this specific program, then you define it outside main. However, if you define something inside main, what will happen? Only main can access it. Here you have to remember one point, which is known as concept of scope. So what is the meaning of scope? Whenever you have some opening curly braces and closing curly braces, it is the meaning of scope. It is a starting of a scope, it is the ending of a scope. So it is known as scope 1. So whenever you find any curly braces, so it is your scope 2. So whenever you are defining something outside main, means this entire syntax can be accessible by any other scope that exists outside main. You have to remember one more point. Class never be defined inside main in C++. However, in C, structure can be defined inside this main function also. But it is the general convention that we always prefer to define structure outside main.